mean, there are loads of creatives coming up at the moment in Manchester. Loads of cool DJs coming up, especially around like the student areas. So yeah.
I mean, we were just saying beforehand about how cool it is that we've got some mutual acquaintances that have been on the show or that we know of as well. And it's nice, like, we've been going for nearly 2 years now, and it's nice to have kind of met and seen people come up and like be a part of that South Asian. It's almost like an unspoken collaborative.
It's growing, and more and more stuff is coming out. It's clearly a big South Asian wave at the moment, and it's gonna be even bigger than that.
I mean, that's kind of what we were chatting about before at the beginning of the event that we're trying to put on, is that like, we just want to bring the scene up more north as well.
100%.
Nice. So I've realised as well, we haven't, like, obviously I've introduced you, but do you want to just tell us a little bit about yourselves, like what you're about, that sort of thing?
Yes, so my name is Hassan, but all my friends call me Has, and my stage name is DJ Has. I've been DJing for like, I'd say like 2 years now. However, like, I've just recently like started, like only this year, to do like actual shows and stuff, especially with my collective Anthro. Without them, this wouldn't have been possible, I think. And this platform which my collective gave me was really important to me, to show the people like the music I'm doing, and to give a new sound to the people.
Nice. And what about yourself, Elilee?
Yeah, I'm not a DJ myself. I'm part of this society at uni called Gigs and Bands, and we just put on gigs for bands, but then
wasn't expecting
but then, like, recently, like about a month ago, we were thinking about putting like a charity event on, and I went to the World Transformed in September in Liverpool, and Amar, an organizer there, put on an event with daytimers called Ravers For Foodbanks. So I wanted to do like a similar thing here. I literally used the name Ravers For Foodbanks. We did ask, don't worry. And I heard Chande had also moved to Manchester, so I reached out to him. He was really supportive, and then I messaged Has, who I'd met twice, both at daytimers things.
Both at daytimers things, yeah.
Once in London, once in Manchester. The first time was in London.
First time was in London, actually, yeah. So that's where first time met Elilee, and I think that was really important, because the experience we got from those daytimers events in London, we are bringing that experience basically, and what we learned from that, to Manchester, and this is the reason why we have, for example, created this event.
Exactly. And a big thing for me, like going back to the charity aspect for it, was that obviously we're in a cost of living crisis. Students are really bearing the brunt of it, but also students get blamed for a lot of issues in our local community, and I think it's so important that we have a solidarity with our local community. So kind of being able to give back and like showing people that, you know, because basically the cost of entry into the club night is 2 cans of food, right? So that can cost you £1.20, a very small price to pay. And I just wanted to show that, you know, like, us collectively all coming together, paying £1.20 for 2 cans of chickpeas, you can feed, you know, 200 people come, we can feed 400 people.
It's a great cause.
And I just wanted to show that, and also kind of uplift our community and our music, the music that me and Hassan love and everyone else loves.
I mean, you literally can't complain about the event. Like, it's charity, it's South Asian culture,
I know.
It's representation, it's great music, great people. Like,
I'm having a really hard time imagining how someone could possibly complain about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you can't complain about this.
Bring cans.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Carlos, you'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
There have been people who have been coming in between, you know, like doing some stuff here and there, you know, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about the positivity and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So this event, it's this Thursday, right? And what kind of music can we be expecting at it?
So we got my collective Anthro involved, and with Anthro we got 4 DJs, including me, DJ Has, and we got Talewa doing a back-to-back with DJ Sketch, Tadaba himself is from Zimbabwe. DJ Sketch is from Iran. So again, like POC representation there. And I was just talking to DJ Sketch earlier. His actual name is Bobak. Shout out to him. He actually drove me to his place. Actually,
big up Bobak, man.
big up Bobak. Without him, I would have been late. Yeah. But anyway, so I was just talking to him, and he has prepared an incredible set. He said that he's going to also like include some Iranian music, for example. You know.
Sick.
And you know that's sort of representation we're going to bring to that event. My friend Mai, I don't think I can say his full DJ stage name because there's an F word in the team. Yeah. Like,
okay. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's gonna bring also some Asian sounds in his mix, and he's also like a big fan of Daytimers, etc. So shout out to him as well. And then there's me, of course. I'm gonna bring my own Asian sound in this. I've got some really cool music, some unreleased stuff which I received from producers from LA. Most importantly, Aku, who's been giving me a lot of music lately. Thank you for that. I've also got some new music from Kone Kone Music from India. They've also given me some unreleased stuff. So I really I can't wait to play these songs, this music in front of people. Some of it will be played for the first time in front of people. So I literally just can't wait on it anymore, honestly.
And we've also got some special surprises that I've actually not announced officially on the social media yet. But I'm willing to do two of them, both of them.
Yeah, but there's one more important person which needs to be mentioned.
Oh, of course.
Chan the DJ.
Yeah, yeah, the big,
the big headliner, the big headliner, and he's been so supportive, honestly.
Yeah. No, it's nice. Like we actually like. It was near the start, so it must have been nearly 2 years ago we interviewed him, and he was a very nice individual. And
2 years ago?
Yeah, like nearly 2 years. It would be like beginning of 2021.
Wow, okay.
So like...
And it's
that was
like
before
he does so
Spoiler
many...
Room and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, and obviously he, at that point, Daytimers was right, because again, I think Daytimers has only been around for like 2-3, like obviously Daytimers the collective, obviously we know where it comes from, that's been around for ages.
I mean Daytimers itself, who was it? I think it was Rohan Raket who told me this. It was like an internet thing. Like Daytimers was like a thing which was created through the internet, through people connecting on the internet basically, and then that turned into something. Yeah, great.
And it's nice as well because obviously it's with the names, well, it's an emblem of these past like South Asian daytime raves, isn't it? Like that's what it's referring back when there were people, young adults who weren't necessarily able to go out partying or stay out late. They would literally have these like raves in these like abandoned buildings like in the daytime, hence the name. That
is some proper like Asian culture, you know, like this is some proper like underground stuff, which I have never experienced because I was born in 2000, so and the stuff you're talking about, the Daytimers things, like they happened way before like I was born, you know. So but we are bringing that back. I think we are the new generation basically, and we are bringing back that new sound combined with the old, you know, stuff from our country where we come from, you know, like Pakistan, India, you know, that sort of thing.
I mean, this is the thing, like going back to Chande, obviously, like that was beginning of 2021 that we spoke to him. At that time, Daytimers was fast rising, but it was very much during 2021, I think, that it properly took off. But it's and obviously they've been doing great stuff since. It's very interesting how, to my knowledge, obviously we've made reference to the origins of these daytime raves since then and up until maybe a couple of years ago. I'm curious as to why there was like a gap, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure.
What gap?
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, between like the original daytime raves and like this now, you know,
this is a really interesting question, I think, because the South Asian underground scene has been out there for a very long time. You know, it's been out there since the 90s. You know, like even before that. You know, and it was cool. It was a cool thing. Talvin Singh brought out this album in 1997, a compilation album called Sounds of the Asian Underground, which also inspired my SoundCloud mix to call Sounds of the Asian Underground. That was 1997. 1997. You know, that was and you would know, like everyone who knows a bit of history. 2001, 9/11 happened, and then suddenly it wasn't cool anymore to be brown, you know, and it was difficult for brown people, especially creators and artists, to do like what they did before, you know. It just became harder, like in the scene, and then I think lately, post-COVID, especially, like it's changing. It's cool to be brown again.
I don't know about that yet, but I think it is becoming cooler, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's definitely becoming cooler.
There's a resurgence.
Of course, there's still issues here and there. There's still 100%. Yeah. But I'm all about the positivity.
Agreed.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm all about the positives.
We've got more ground to work through, but hopefully we'll get there.
100%.
Yeah, and obviously people like Young Sing having made that impact not just within the South Asian community but beyond as well. I wanted to ask, like, how important is that to you guys? Because obviously it's great that you like are doing this, and like it's obviously this playing South Asian music, it's great, and I'm sure there are plenty of South Asian people out there who enjoy it, but is there any desire on your part to expand to appeal to a wider audience, or are you happy with it as it is, being a bit more like niche, if that's the right word?
I mean, we met at Young Sing for the second time. That was the reason why we were both there. And like, I don't think it's a case of it being niche. I think it's a case of like, we'll bring it to the mainstream. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, we bring it to the mainstream. However, like, we need to know, like, just because you're Asian doesn't mean you need to do Asian music. You know, you can just be Asian and do whatever you want to do. You know, like that's. I used to do drum and bass. I still do the drum and bass as well. Like, I love drum and bass, you know, and I started off DJing with drum and bass music, you know, and that has got very little to do with Asian culture and stuff. But that doesn't stop me. Just because like I'm brown doesn't mean that I only need to do brown stuff now. I love my brown stuff though, and I really want to put that out there, and I want to do more brown things as well. But I'm just saying to anyone out there listening right now, just because like you're Asian doesn't mean, you know, like I was talking to Elilee. He's done Dialed In last summer as well, and like he's a sick DJ, sick guy. Shout out to him. And he was telling me like stories about like people who are Asian and they did Asian music, and then white promoters booked these Asian DJs and were like telling these Asian DJs, oh, if you're gonna get booked to our white event, then you need to wear a sari, for example.
Oh, God.
You know, how?
Yeah,
bro, how?
Like, obviously it should be, if someone wants to wear that, great, like absolutely, but like forcing it on them,
that is the issue. That is the main issue. However, for the 1st of December, I really want to put the Asian music out there, and I want to show it to the wider audience, to the mainstream, and anyone is welcome, honestly. Like, I want anyone to come to this and experience the new South Asian sounds.
Yeah, like another thing that's been really important in the lineup is the fact that, like, obviously, I mean, me and Has are from different parts of the South Asian subcontinent, and like, I think it's just that solidarity as well, like
100%,
between different South Asian cultures and communities.
We got people from India involved, people from the Punjab, people from Pakistan. I'm Pakistani. We got
I'm Tamil,
Elilee, who's Tamil. So we are all just like representing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think as well there is a problem out there. I was having like a similar sort of conversation recently, and people go on about like the Asian sound and like what that is, when I think there's a tendency to need that to be it can be like taking elements from Western music, but maybe then it has to have a sprinkle of something Asian on it. But the fact of the matter is, like you said, you can be Asian and be making music that is no relation to any Asian roots whatsoever, and that's fine. That's still an Asian sound because you yourself are Asian and you're making that music. Do you know what I mean?
But you know what? Back to the example of drum and bass. I always thought that there would be no Asian drum and bass artists out there, until I found Irie, for example. He's from Sri Lanka, and he's a D&B artist as well. And then there's also like other stuff like Nuflo, Osmani sounds, I've done shout-outs, and I've played some of their music in my mix on SoundCloud as well. So like there is always new music to discover. There's always even Asian sounds in like supposed Western genres, where you can find Asian elements and Asian artists doing their best and literally delivering a crazy sound, you know, which needs to be honored and which needs to be like more shown to the people, you know.
Yeah, definitely. And not forced to wear a sari or whatever just because like of the way that you look. Like, I mean, again, it sounds stupid when you say it, but it's just like clearly that's still happening.
Some white promoters are expecting that sort of thing.
So for the people out there, this event, it's this Thursday, the 1st of December, 10 till 2. What's the location again?
Club Academy.
Yeah. It's at the basement of the Students' Union of the University of Manchester, and we're trying to make it as accessible as possible. So something I'm trying to do right now, set up a quiet room, make it so that like everyone on the GABS committee, that's Gigs and Bands Society, is going to wear like an armband and like a glow stick, so that, you know, if you have any issues, you can talk to them throughout the event, and like it will be good for people getting home safe as well. Just trying to make it as accessible as people as possible, because like a lot of people don't drink, and raving doesn't need to be just about drinking. Like I honestly think that the mix that Has is going to play is going to be as intoxicating as you need. You know what I mean? Like, obviously drinking welcome, but it's not necessary as well at the same time.
Nice. Yes. I think stuff like this as well is so good in terms of bringing South Asian communities together to form a whole.
So
because obviously, like you said, you're Pakistani, you're Tamil, and there are so many other different communities within South Asia, some of which have a tendency not to get on with one another, but with stuff like this, it's very much like, come on, let's just come together, enjoy it.
We are like, bringing everyone together.
And like that's something that's really special for me as well, because like, I mean, the other project that I wanted to do was just the symbolic aspect of it. So like one of the surprises is that we're getting some people from the Indian Dance Society at our uni to get involved.
Crazy.
And
crazy. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them, honestly. And like something that I asked for them to do is maybe even bring some Bharatanatyam influences into their dance, because like, you know, Bharatanatyam was actually outlawed in the time of the British Empire. So to get a university, get them dancing in a club for the first ever like South Asian music themed event in the history of this uni.
Is it actually the first
one?
I think
it might be, yeah. We don't have proof,
I think it might be like it's the first. It's if not the first, it's definitely the biggest.
Yeah,
it's definitely the biggest. And I think honestly, like looking at the history of the university and generally of the music scene and etc. I can imagine this would be the first one in the history of the SU. And
to have them dancing a dance that was illegal for Tamil people, and for South Asians to dance in the times of the British Empire. I mean, Bharatanatyam, I did Bharatanatyam for 10 years, and it's on the same level of importance to our culture as yoga, and yoga has basically just been taken by white people and marketized, right? And it was illegal too. They were both illegal things. To get them doing that dance in this historic event, and also to get the other surprise announcement is we're getting the house mother of House of Spice to come and
crazy.
Oh, what Lucky Rose.
Yeah, and like drag and trans issues and queer issues in the subcontinent, they're also, because of the British, that it became so difficult for queer people to exist in that area, you know?
With this event, basically, we are reaching out to different parts of the South Asian society. We are not only reaching out to students, we are reaching out to the LGBTQ community, we are reaching out to the dance society, for example, we are reaching out to other societies. The Afghan society has been supportive, the Pakistani society has been supportive, the British Asian society has been very supportive. Shout out to all of them. Thank you so much for your support, guys. And of course, Mango Masala Radio.
No, thank you. No, like honestly, the past, I think especially the last 5 minutes of you talking about this event, like this, literally, it sounds like it's going to be really good. So definitely.
That's the other thing that we wanted to chat about, like just how incredibly nice so many student creatives and collaborators have been.
Honestly, like just reaching out to people, like and seeing the support from so many different parts of the society, literally. Gigs and Bands Manchester, of course, and then all the other societies I just mentioned recently, earlier. I mean, so. Yeah, honestly, thank you to everyone. Thank you to I've been getting like messages from people as well, like asking me about the event, etc. Like honestly, thank you so much, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all of you guys on the 1st December.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. It's been a pleasure, and as always, it's gone way too fast. But if people want to keep up to date with I've Review or the stuff you're involved in, do you have any socials that you want to give a shout out for people?
So there's of course my collective, Anthro ANTHRO.MCR is the Instagram tag. Then there's me, of course, Hassan QHASAAN. Yeah, lots of people are very surprised about that. Actually, my name is written HASAAN. QU, that's my Instagram tag. And then Elilee, of course.
Gigs and Bands MCR is just at Gigs and Bands MCR.
Nice.
On Instagram.